a devoted nurse, a picture-perfect family. And in just one evening, a mother calmly ordered dinner, tucked her children in, then murdered all three. Was it madness or murder? On January 24th, 2023, the town of Duxbury, Massachusetts, was shaken by a crime so haunting, even seasoned detectives paused. 32-year-old Lindsay Clancy, a labor and delivery nurse at Massachusetts General Hospital, was known for her compassion. Her life appeared full married, 3 children, a career of helping mothers bring life into the world. But beneath that calm surface, something was unraveling. And no one, not her patients, not her husband, not even Lindsay herself, seemed to know just how far she was slipping. Lindsay was on leave from work. She had recently begun intensive treatment for what she described as intense anxiety and postpartum depression, sedation, disconnection, possible disinhibition. But the goal was simple: survival. Friends and family said she was trying hard to get better. She wrote things like she had been prescribed a cocktail of medications: Prozac, Ativan, Trazodone, Seroquel, Zoloft, Valium. Some sources say as many as 12 medications in total. The side effects? Still, Lindsay journaled about her mental state. I feel like my mind is not my own. It wasn't unusual, but what happened in that brief window was, I don't know what's real anymore. The thoughts, they come and I can't stop them. It was a Tuesday evening. Lindsay had taken her daughter, Cora, to a pediatric appointment. Everything seemed normal. When she returned home, she asked her husband, Patrick, to pick up dinner at a restaurant 25 minutes away. Between 5:30 and 6:10 p.m., Lindsay carried out a plan, whether impulsive or premeditated. We may never fully know. She allegedly used exercise bands to strangle each of her 3 children: 5-year-old Cora, 3-year-old Dawson, and 8-month-old Colin. Each child was found with severe injuries, consistent with manual strangulation. She had jumped from the 2nd-story window in a suicide attempt. Patrick returned home to silence. He found Lindsay first outside, on the ground. CPR was attempted. 2 were pronounced dead that night. Baby Colin survived for 3 more days before succumbing to his injuries. Lindsay's attorneys would later reveal she was suffering from postpartum psychosis, a rare but devastating condition, affecting 1 to 2 out of every 1,000 mothers. Unlike postpartum depression, psychosis can include delusions, hallucinations, and breaks from reality. Women suffering from it may appear calm, but internally experience terror, confusion, and intrusive commands they feel powerless to resist. In rare cases, those voices turn violent. District Attorney Tim Cruz charged Lindsay with 3 counts of murder and 3 counts of strangulation. But the defense argued for diminished responsibility. Their position: she was not in her right mind. She was over-medicated. She was suffering from a mental illness so severe, it shattered her sense of reality. The prosecution, however, pointed to actions that seemed calculated. Googling ways to kill, choosing a time when her husband would be away, using a method that took time and strength. So was this madness or method? Online, reactions exploded. Some labeled her a monster. Others, a victim of a broken system. Mothers came forward with their own stories of feeling numb, dangerous, or afraid of their own babies. Her husband, in a heartbreaking twist of fate, is now both survivor and sole remaining parent. Mental health advocates called the case a wake-up call for how society treats maternal mental illness. In a public statement, Patrick Clancy begged the world not to judge his wife harshly. I want everyone to find it deep within themselves to forgive Lindsay as I have. He described her as loving, kind, and caring. He said she was completely unaware of her actions. He also said this: the real Lindsay was generously loving to everyone, especially our kids. His forgiveness became one of the most controversial parts of this tragedy. If you're still watching and your heart is heavy, you're not alone. These stories matter. And so do the questions they raise. Subscribe for more real stories that challenge how we see justice, morality, and mental health. Today, Lindsay Clancy is paralyzed from the waist down and confined to a hospital bed. She awaits trial. Her children are gone. So we ask you this: if someone's mind is no longer their own, should their actions still be punished as if they are? And when does a mother's cry for help become too quiet to hear? This was a true story, a tragedy, a mirror, and maybe a warning. Until next time.